Hello children, how are you? Hope so all are fine. So in the previous class, I have told you that I am Miss Anita, class teacher of 4th C, and I'll be teaching you E.V.S. Already Tuesday you got one lesson of explanation. That is, each, each lesson will be having three parts. The first lesson what I have taken is water pollution conservation. So in this I want to give you some instruction. You have to listen it carefully. Okay. Now first lesson, water pollution and conservation. This is one lesson. This one lesson is divided into three parts. Part 1 already I have finished and I have given you 10 questions. And tomorrow you will be getting part 2, then part 3. One lesson is divided into three parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3. Part 1 you have already got the 10 questions. After explanation of each part, 10 questions will be given. So first part you got 10 questions and second part you will be getting again 10 questions and third part you will be getting again 10 questions. Okay, so this you have to listen to the explanation. While explaining the lesson, have your E.V.S textbook with the pencil and the rough book. So you have to listen to the explanation to the points what we are explaining. Based on that, questions are given. You have to find out the answer. Okay, unless and until we tell you to make the notes, don't do the notes. You keep a separate 200 pages book as a rough book for E.V.S. 200, how many pages? 200 pages rough book for E.V.S. Right? Lesson number 1. Part 2, how many questions you got? 10 questions. Answer it. Again, next session, I will discuss with you. We are not going to give answers to these questions. You have to prepare the answers for these questions based on the explanation. Now part 2, again you will get 10 questions. Part 3, again 10 questions, and we will be giving activities based on this lesson. So you are getting totally how many? 10 plus 10 plus 10. Totally 30 question answers you have to prepare for the slip test. What test? Slip test. When we complete the lesson, that is 3 parts are over, or based on this 30 questions, we will be conducting slip test. So you have to be ready soon after we finish. Okay, don't depend that Miss will be giving the answers and Miss will be giving the notes. No dependent on the teacher. You cannot depend on the teacher. You have to keep the textbook with you and you have to listen to the explanation what teacher is teaching. Teaching time we are giving some important points. Why we are giving important points? It will be useful for you to find out the answers to the given questions. So you have to prepare these 30 questions for the slip test. So even each week you will be getting activity. So you have to do the activity and you maintain a file. Okay, you maintain a file and you do it in A4 size. How you have done in the first semester? In the same manner, what all activities are given in E.V.S, maintain a record. That is the file. And according to the date, according to the lesson 1, I started lesson 1, second semester, lesson 1, water pollution conservation. When activities are given, do the activities, maintain it in the file. Whenever we ask you, it will be easy to give to us. So these are the few instructions before I could go for the second session, that is part 2, water pollution and conservation. Is that clear for you? So listen to this instruction carefully. What is the instruction given? One lesson is divided into 3 parts. So each part is explained and given 10 questions. You have to prepare answer. All this in which book? Rough notebook. Maintain one rough notebook for E.V.S. Why? Because you are getting, in a week you are getting 30 questions. You have to answer to the 30 questions and you have to be prepared for the slip test. And activities given is, you have to do the activity and maintain it in the E.V.S file. Is that clear for you? So now we shall go to the water pollution conservation part 2.